Erev Tov, Shavua Tov. As the U.S. Ambassador to Israel, I'm here tonight with my colleagues from the foreign diplomatic community here in Israel, my friends, the ambassador from the United Kingdom and the ambassador from Germany. And we're here to reaffirm our commitment to bring all of the hostages home. We all mourn with the families of Yosef and Hamzu al-Ziadna. I met their families in Beersheba, and they're mourning now the loss of their two beloved family members. I recently met with the families of the 5 women hostages, the young soldiers, and I asked them, what else can we do? And they said to me, make sure the world knows that you and other countries whose citizens are hostages in Gaza are still working every day to build support for their release, to drive the pressure on the negotiations so that we can bring everyone home. Since the first days after October 7th, when President Biden came to Israel and met for the first time with the families of hostages, the United States has not ceased for a day in working night and day, weekends and holidays, through whatever we could do to bring them home. President Biden, Secretary Blinken, Jake Sullivan, Bill Burns, Brett McGurk, and so many other of my colleagues have been working as they are today in Doha. And they have tried in every way that we know how to demand that we bring the hostages home. Through 15 months of intensive negotiation and engagement, we have had some success, freeing over 100 hostages through negotiations. But our work is far from done. We have lost too many, and our focus must be to bring all of the remaining hostages home. Over the past 14 months, I've had the sad honor of getting to know so many of the families of hostages, and they are some of the strongest and most resilient people I have ever met. Today, 463 days after October 7th, our hearts have not stopped aching for those who remain captive in Gaza, deprived of their freedom, in harsh conditions that few of us can even imagine, let alone imagine withstanding. With each passing day, the urgency of releasing the remaining hostages grows, and all the hostages, those who are living and those who are not, all of the hostages must come home, and it must happen now. Achshav. Over the summer, we had moments of hope, dashed with the brutal, cold-blooded murder of 6 hostages, including American citizen Hirsch Goldberg Poland. For the remaining hostages who still endure, reaching a deal is literally a matter of life and death. And we need a deal when fully implemented, will in fact bring them all home. The release of the hostages is essential for this nation to heal. Imagine for a moment families reunited and lives that can be saved and rehabilitated. and for those hostages of blessed memory who were killed on October 7th or after, for whom a deal did not come in time, we mourn collectively, and they deserve a respectful funeral, and their families deserve the closure, healing, and ultimately comfort that hopefully will follow. We are here tonight to make very clear, among the remaining hostages are Israelis and citizens from around the world, including 7 of my fellow American U.S. citizens. We work every day to free all of the hostages, but for each of us, we have to have as our first responsibility reminding the world that we have our citizens who need to come home. The United States demands the release of all 7 of our American hostages, 4 of whom we know were brutally murdered, and the time for waiting is over. It must happen, and it must happen now. עכשיו. There could be a ceasefire tomorrow and relief for the suffering of Gazans if Hamas will only agree to release the hostages. Even in these days, as the United States prepares for a transition to a new administration, my colleagues and I continue to work and will continue to work tirelessly to reach an agreement for the release of the hostages and to reunite them with their families. Every day, every minute is an eternity for family members whose loved ones are held against their will by Hamas terrorists. I can only imagine their terrible pain being separated from their loved ones and unsure of their fate. We join together in the hope that the talks in Doha succeed. We're encouraged by the news today, but we know we can't stop. We have to move on. Every day matters. And tonight, as Israel's close friends and allies, we reaffirm our commitment to helping to reach a breakthrough that will bring the hostages home, bring a better future for the people of this region, and bring them home now. Thank you.